are you looking at? Your sister. I think I'm gonna ask your grandma for her hand. What? She's off limits, brother. She's married off that goofball. I don't care. She deserves better. I think your whole family would agree. I'm not anything stupid. Watch me.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to make a teeny tiny toast. Does anybody here think Grandma Jones looks a day over 40? No. A very happy birthday to the woman who forged a path of her own. Grandma Jones! You are truly deserving of the throne.
Here, here.
Now on to the second part. Grandma Jones, I'd like to ask you for something.
Ask away, Bradley.
I'd like to marry Lily. You know she deserves better. Someone who can take good care of her, fly her to the islands, really treat her like royalty.
I can't believe you, Bradley.
I think it's a great idea, Bradley. We'll just have to figure out a way to...
Stop it.
Don't interrupt my mother when she's speaking. Know your place.
Do you have any idea how offensive that is to me and my wife?
Offensive. Bradley truly is, always was, a better choice.
Everybody knows it. Right, people?
I mean, unlike you, he has a respectable job, earns 6 figures. He knows how to dress and behave, talk. I mean, look at that necklace around Lily's neck. That is an original dream lover piece. Only 10 ever made. Do you know who got her that?
An admirer had sent the Dream Lover necklace to Lily, but she was never able to figure out the true identity of the sender.
You think Bradley got her that? With his salary?
Could it be Kevin who sent the necklace? But how would he do that with just a few hundred in his bank account?
You need to apologize to Bradley.
For what, telling the truth?
Apologize to him now.
Not gonna happen.
Jason!
Get your hands off of him!
Jason? You are a disgrace. You brought nothing but shame to this family. Come, sweetheart.
Kevin was completely drenched. He was attacked, made fun of, and left hung out to dry.
That's it! I've had it with this family!
Kevin.
No, the only reason I would ever come back is if you and Dorothy and Bradley apologized to me!
It had been 2 years since they were married. Things had been rough between them lately, but Kevin always came through, and he expected the same from his wife. He was hurt that she wouldn't stick up for him in this moment.
Let him go, Lily.
Later that day, things got even weirder.
Grandma! Someone's here to see you. What did you say your name was again?
This is Adriana Wright, the president of the Wright Group.
Oh my God. What a pleasant surprise.
Hello, Miss Jones. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what is this? Could it be the coveted emerald bracelet you're so famous for giving?
Grandma, stop it.
I can't seem to find Kevin. Is he around?
Kevin?
Kevin?
Yes. Kevin.
I'm afraid he just left.
Oh, well, if that's the case, we better get going.
But no. You just got here. Have a cocktail or two. We have some wonderful...
I appreciate the offer, but I can't. I was here on an official business.
Oh, but you...
At any rate, it was nice to put a face to the name Grandma Jones. You take care.
much has happened.
How does your good-for-nothing husband know Adriana Wright?
I don't know, Grandma.
Well, someone go find that loser!
First he insults a guest, then he starts a fight with Jason. I don't understand what you see in him.
Mom, you know it was Jason who started it all. And Kevin would have never left if you didn't embarrass him in front of everyone.
Oh, you should have never married him.
And you should...
I should what?
Lily wasn't done. She knew she had said enough, but also not enough. Seeing this intensified Bradley's jealousy of Kevin.
Take it from me, there's no shame in
Mom,
divorce.
stop.
Oh, you're so difficult.
Hey,
What are you? You followed us?
come with me.
I need to speak with Kevin. You're hurting me. Let go.
I don't want to talk to that jerk for him.
He's my husband.
Okay, hey now, just take it easy.
See, all you two really care about is getting on Grandma Jones's good side, right?
You're way out of line.
I'm what? I'll show you out of line. Open the door. Open the door.
Bradley, what are you doing?
Shut up! Just let me think about this.
Don't talk to me that way.
Kevin always knew there was a side to you.
Kevin this, Kevin that. Can't you see he is a loser? Don't you get that?
There's a reason I fell in love with him.
I have loved you for so long. What about my love?
People in love don't behave this way, Bradley.
If you're so in love with him, why did you accept a random gift from a random stranger?
That was because...
Because you are a attention-grabbing... That's why. I mean, how many men have you with?
Bradley,
What?
you wanted to marry my daughter, and now you're calling her a What kind of man are you?
One more word out of your stupid little mouth, and it will be your last.
Let them go, Bradley.
Don't come any closer.
And careful, Kevin, he has a gun.
You're not getting away with this. I'm the guy you want. I'm right here.
You're not even any use to your own family. Why should I have any use for you?
Don't come any closer. Although I was surprised that Adriana Wright knew you. How? Nah, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Don't come any closer.
Stop!
Or I'll hurt them. You son of a...
Let them go. They might let you off. With a little slap on the wrist.
I hope they keep you away for years, Bradley.
Well, they can't do nothing to me. Not if I, have hostages, right? Right?
Well, what's the situation inside?
Ma'am, Ms. Jones, please. Guys, let us do our job. Now, when an update is available, I'll let you know.
I don't donate to your fund to be treated like a common civilian.
Yes, ma'am.
What is happening, Emmett?
Kevin is trying to talk some sense into Bradley.
Take me as your hostage. Let him go.
Lily couldn't believe that Kevin was offering himself in exchange for them. After the way he'd been humiliated, all her pent-up emotions hit her at once.
No, run away while you still can. Don't put yourself in danger.
Zip it, Lily. Kevin knows what he's doing. We should be the ones to go.
Let them go. Let me take their spot, and we'll figure something out.
Kevin,
Yes.
what is that idiot doing in there?
He was the one that phoned us.
I can't believe that Bradley would do such a thing. He's always been such a well-mannered, well-behaved boy.
Excuse me. Talk to me.
We're in position, over.
You have eyes on the suspect?
Unit 6, copy. We have a clear view.
Copy that. Wait for my command.
Copy that.
Well, ma'am, that well-behaved boy is currently holding your daughter and your granddaughter hostage with a gun. Kevin is trying to talk him out of it.
Emmett, do something. You've got to save my family. Please go.
I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
You've worked way too hard to be ruining your life for this. There's still time. Still have time for what? I'm all in on this. If you let them go now, I'm sure the family won't press charges. Right?
Yes, absolutely. I can talk to Grandma James.
No way.
promise.
I hope you rot and shut up. Mom,
Shut up, Lily. Bradley, she will listen to me. Let us go.
You both want them safe, right? Yeah. We'll figure something out. Okay, hero. Let's play musical chairs. Coffee. Good and tight, Mama Bear. It's gonna be okay. Love you. Go. Get out of here. Sayonara, princess.
Oh, darling, are you all right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Did he hurt you? Oh, thank you, Emmett. Thank you for saving my family. Thank you.
Miss Jones, Kevin is still in there. Isn't he family too?
No, he's not.
Miss Lily, I can take care of that.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving without him.
Oh, Lily.
No.
Don't.
He's my husband.
Kevin had just saved their lives, and Grandma Jones had the audacity to say he wasn't part of the family.
You really think this family cares about you? We don't have the best dynamic. What do you want me to say? So, you don't care that they... I care if Lily's safe. And she is now. I pity you, man. You're a lost cause. You're a cosmic orphan. Does that make you laugh? Is this funny to you?
No. What makes me laugh is that your firm lost all of its investors.
What did you say? I said...
Your firm has no more investors. Williams Media pulled out.
Williams Media was the biggest investor Bradley's firm had.
But that's ridiculous. If you just hear...
And the news of them pulling out was known only to Bradley and the board members. How in the world did Kevin know this?
How? Where did you hear about that?
Didn't they ever tell you offended someone from the group? I bet you can't even remember his own name. Also, what do you think they will do to your family when they find out that you're not only broke, but you're about to lose their money as well? Huh? Oh, no. Tell me. How? Oh, you don't seem so good now, do you?
It was finally happening. Kevin was going to reveal his true identity. Until 12 hours ago, he was just a house husband who used to wash his wife's dirty laundry, pick up after her family ate, and endured all sorts of humiliation despite being the richest man in town.
Kevin, where are you? You said you would help me.
I'll be right there.
Dude, why don't you tell me you're a billionaire?
I just want to keep it a secret for now.
Why?
So glad you could finally make it. These dishes aren't going to wash themselves.
Dishes? Seriously? I do a lot more than dishes. I've become my mother-in-law's very own maidservant. But I could never tell them the truth because it would upset Lily.
Silencing his thoughts, Kevin turned to his mother-in-law.
You know, you've been so generous to me and Lily. The least I can do is the dishes. So just let me know if there's anything else.
You could get a job. You could make some money. You know, our Lily could have married anyone. God knows what got into her, and she chose you.
I'll prove my love for her. One day, you'll see. I'll be worthy of Lily.
Right. I highly doubt that. The only reason why I'm not pushing Lily to divorce you is because she was so stupid not to get a prenup. She is the chairman of a huge corporation, and I don't want you taking half of her money.
Welcome home, babe.
Kevin still got butterflies every time he looked at Lily. Her beauty was undeniable, but that's not why he loved her. She was the most driven and hard-working woman he had ever met. She had worked her way up from assistant to chairman within a very short span of time.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Rachel.
Nice shirt.
Oh, I was doing the dishes earlier.
Oh, that's so cute. In my house, we pay someone to do that.
Oh, okay. Rachel, please don't be mean. Thank you. You're gonna make us proud one day, right?
That Kevin was born into one of the wealthiest families in Chicago. Kevin hid it from her because he did not want Lily to marry him for his money. But then, as luck would have it, Kevin literally lost everything the day that they got engaged.
Grandpa, I'm engaged.
You fool. Markets have crashed. Your bet was wrong. You are bankrupt.
What?
You are a spoiled prince. I'm kicking you out of the family. You need to learn a lesson.
And now,
Grandpa.
2 years later,
Grandpa.
He is the richest man in Chicago. But how will he tell his wife the truth? She still thinks that he's just some unemployed schmuck. He needs to trust her before he can reveal his secret.
Why don't you freshen up?
All right, right away.
Okay. Thank you.
After changing his shirt for the second time that night, Kevin walked towards the living room, but stopped when he heard Rachel whispering to Lily.
I don't know how you do it. You're a boss. And Kevin's kind of pathetic. He's like one of those before pictures in a commercial.
Oh my God.
Why do you stay with him?
He wasn't always like this. When we first met, he was so confident and he was so charming. And I don't know what happened to him, but I just feel like if I stay with him long enough, he might find himself again. And I really love the man that he used to be. But do you love him now? I would be lying if I didn't admit that sometimes I feel like, I don't know, more of a caretaker than a partner. And I don't know, he's just been so closed off lately, and like romance is completely gone. I don't know, I just know that if I ever told him this directly, that I would lose him. I love him, I really do. I don't know if I'm in love with him anymore.
You could have any guy you want. You're stunning, kind, killing it at your job. Have you thought about getting a divorce? You shouldn't stay with someone out of pity.
Okay, Rachel, I don't pity him. I love him. I just want him to be the man he used to be. I want him to be the man that I know that he is. And okay, Rachel, I don't want to talk about this. I spent my entire day putting out fires at work. I don't want to do it at home.
Of course, I know what you mean. But what is going on at work? You seem more stressed out than usual.
Well, we got a new contract last month, and there was an error in the calculation of some data. So the product didn't meet the requirements, and now we have to compensate the client with $7 million. And our company doesn't have that. So we have to find an external investor to give us $4 million by the end of the week, or else we are most likely going to go bankrupt. And I'm not doing that to my employees.
How are you gonna find someone willing to invest $4 million in less than a week?
I don't know.
I have to help her. I've got to prove to Lily that I'm the man she married. Not this shell of a human that I've been for the past 2 years. I have to build an empire.
Kevin, I was wrong about you. Your family needs you. We've gone bankrupt. Please save us with your new money.
Yeah, right.
If you do, I promise that I'll find a way to make it up to you. You'll be a member of the Williams family again. Don't you want to be the man you used to be?
I don't know if I'm in love with him anymore. I just want him to be the man he used to be.
Have you checked your value?
It had been over 2 years since he had last touched his VIP black card. Kevin turns the card and dials a number behind it.
Hello, Mr. Williams. Welcome to the VIP customer service. How may I help you today?
Yes, could you check the balance of my account?
Of course. One moment, please. Hello? Mr. Williams, are you still there?
Yes.
Mr. Williams, I apologize, but the balance on your black card is unfortunately too big for me to handle over the phone. It appears that the digits are higher than our computer is able to process. In order to get your exact account balance, we need you to come in person and meet with someone from our VIP office. Would that work for you?
Give me a second. Are you saying that my balance has so many numbers, your computer can't even handle it?
Yes, I didn't know that was even possible.
Lily, do you hear that? Your husband's calling his bank to check his balance.
I have worked this job for over 10 years, and this is the first time this has happened. Mr. Williams, I think it's safe to say that you are the richest man in Chicago.
Wow.
Hey, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but you mentioned that your company needs $4 million or you're going to be in big trouble. And I think that I can help.
You. Kevin, who's been living off of his wife for the past 2 years? Are you delusional? She needs $4 million. Stop trying to be some kind of big hero.
You don't believe me? I want you to remember this moment, because it's gonna feel so good when I get to say I told you so.
Okay, Kev, stop. Rachel, please stop. Listen, as much as I appreciate it and as much as I would love for you to help me with the $4 million, I don't think that's possible because you haven't had a job since we got married. Okay, Rach, you can stay as long as you want.
Without saying goodbye, Lily leaves for her bedroom.
So I guess I'll just finish the dishes.
Best of luck with that $4 million.
Kevin lies on the couch thinking about the conversation he had with his bank. Is he really the richest man in Chicago? Can he finally be the man he was when he first met his wife, Lily? Kevin's eyes become heavy and he falls asleep.
Of course you fell asleep.
Jesus.
You were probably playing video games all night.
Christ.
I don't know what my daughter sees in you. I'm using the car to run some errands. So why don't you make yourself useful for once and drop your wife to work?
I'm on it.
Hey, Lil, you ready?
Yeah, sorry, I'm running late.
All right, well, your mom's taking the car, so I'm gonna drop you off on the bike.
Okay.
Kevin felt his mouth literally drop when he saw her, standing in a feminine take on a classic pinstripe business suit. Lily looked absolutely stunning.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. Sorry, can we go? I'm running so late.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go. Let's go.
Great.
Kevin helped lift Lily onto the back of his motorbike, and she wrapped her arms around Kevin's waist. He loved this feeling. From this moment forward, he was going to start steering their relationship. He was going to be the man who Lily wanted him to be, the man that she deserved.
Okay? You seem a little stressed.
Yeah, you could say that I'm stressed. We just got the report back this morning, and it basically confirmed my worst nightmare, which is that we are not going to get any external investor support. So by the end of the week, we are going to declare bankruptcy. And this morning, all the major shareholders are holding a meeting, and I have to be there. And to be honest, I just feel so terrible about everything and about all the employees that are going to lose their jobs, and I feel like it's all my fault.
Well, it wasn't your decision, so it's not going to be your fault.
No, it is my fault. I'm the
No,
chairman.
baby.
I'm the chairman of the company, which means that I'm responsible for everything that happens. So yes, it is. Let's go. All right.
All right. Have a good day, baby.
Thank you for the ride.
Yeah. You're welcome. Lily!
Hi, Bradley. Hi. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Hey, why do you need a crappy Uber bike to drop you off at work?
Oh,
You
no.
know, you should have just called me. I would have picked you up. Hey.
It's not.
How you doing? I'm Kevin, and that's my bike, and I'm her husband.
Yes.
Oh, so this is the famous Kevin.
Yes, this is him.
Yeah, Rachel's told me everything about you. She also does a very good impression.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Lily, I am so glad that I bumped into you. You know, I heard about everything that's been going on with your company.
Oh.
And my heart aches for you. So, I got a little pick-me-up for you.
What? No.
Bradley reached into his car and took out a gift box. With a snake-like smile, Bradley hands the box to Lily. It was a beautiful diamond necklace. Hardly a pick-me-up from a coworker.
Bradley, this is too much. I can't. This is extravagant. I can't
Come
accept
on,
this.
I know you like it.
Kevin understood immediately that Bradley was blatantly hitting on his wife. Saving Lily's company was one thing, but first he had to handle Bradley.
A beautiful woman deserves a beautiful necklace. Ain't that right, Kev? Is this the Dream Lovers necklace? What's that? Well, it'd be impossible because it's really hard to get the original. There's only 10 in the world, and each one costs $2.8 million. So. Hey, Kevin! Oh, how could you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You did that on purpose.
No.
No, this is not a knockoff. It's a top-of-the-line copy. Lily, I remembered how much you admired this thing. You know, Rachel told me about it. I paid $100,000 to a jeweler to create a copy for you.
I'm so sorry. I know this was an accident, right, Kevin?
I'm not sorry. You deserve something that's actually real, not some cheap knockoff from a douchebag.
Whoa,
like you.
okay, you stop. I need you to apologize to Bradley right now. He's a representative of the Williams Corporation. They're going to invest the money to save my company, all right? Apologize. Please.
I'm sorry that I broke the necklace.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm running very late, but I will see you.
Hey, stop! I know you can hear me. You're a loser. And poor Lily, she'll never have anything nice thanks to you. First of all, Lily's my wife, so stay away from her. And second of all, big guy, I'm the only one who buys her expensive gifts. And thirdly, get the hell out of my way. You're blocking my path. Nice try, idiot! You can't even afford a car! How the hell you ever buy her anything nice? Williams Manor. We meet again.
Hello?
Hey. Yeah, I'm sorry about earlier. I know how stressed you've been, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm taking Bradley's bait. Guy just gets under my skin.
Yeah, that guy is the best chance that I have at saving my company. He directly reports to the Williams family. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're the richest family in Chicago, and I need them.
Everything's gonna be okay. I promise. I love you, Lily.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I have to get back to work. It's busy. I'll just talk to you later.
Kevin was amazed that after all of these years, Lily still had not connected the fact that his last name was the same last name as the Williams Company. She must think that it's just a coincidence. Well, she was right about one thing. Even though the Williams family was secretly bankrupt, there was a Williams family member who was now officially the richest man in Chicago, and he was going to save her company. Kevin just couldn't tell her the truth just yet, though. He may have lied to her for far too long about his true family. He needed to pick the right moment to be honest with her, or else he could risk losing her forever.
I knew you'd come.
Grandfather, uncle. Why don't we cut the fake formalities?
You look good, Kev. You can see that you've been enjoying your freedom and the sabbatical. Obviously, it's really done wonders for you.
You call kicking someone out of the family a sabbatical.
That was unfortunate, but at the time was necessary. Let's not dwell on events of the past, son. Let's get to business.
Yes. I came because I believe that I can solve your crisis with my investment. And I'll do it. In exchange for 2 conditions. Number 1, by 6 o'clock tonight, you're going to get me a Dream Lover's necklace. And number 2, you're going to fire one of your board members. Bradley.
Consider it done.
Kevin's grandfather nodded at his uncle to make some calls.
All right. Let's get down to business. How much money do you need?
Used to being in charge, Kevin's grandfather widened his eyes. He liked this new version of Kevin.
It's not a lot of money.
What's not a lot of money?
$8 billion.
$8 billion is not a lot of money. You know I was kicked out of this family for a lot less.
Oh, I'm not gonna beg you, boy. Remember, you're also a Williams. This is our legacy that is at stake. Is it done?
Kevin looked at his uncle, a man he had always feared. Now the tables had turned. He was fulfilling Kevin's demands.
The demands have been met. Now, will you help us or not?
As much as I'd love to help, Grandpa, I don't have $8 billion to give.
Oh, don't play dumb, boy. Have you not checked the value of your stocks? 20% of the shares you own are worth at least $9.3 billion, and that is increasing on the daily.
Kevin's heart started racing. Just the day before, he had just $50 in savings, and now he had more than $9 billion?
You care about my legacy. Did you care about my legacy 2 years ago when you kicked me out of the family? And now you expect me to care about you. Did you know I'm married? Yeah, I got engaged the day before you decided to send me into exile. I'm the son-in-law of another family. And I'm not going to throw them under the bus to have loyalty to you. The only reason you reached out is because you're declaring bankruptcy. You left me for dead. And now you want me to bring you back to life.
Because I'll help you build an empire. You want to be the man again? You'll be the most successful Williams known to date. I'll let you have Williams Media.
Williams Media? That's Uncle's company. You sure are fond of giving away things that aren't your own.
He would gladly offer it to save the family. Williams Media is one of our most profitable and high-profile companies. It is the largest and most successful entertainment company in America. Just think of all the celebrities we've signed. Tomorrow, you'll take over as head. You'll have a company to run, a purpose. So, what do you say?
I'll accept your conditions. Williams Media will be my first acquisition on my journey to build my own family empire. Tomorrow the people at my bank will get on it. Grandfather, Uncle, goodbye.
That boy.
Hi. I just wanted to shoot you a call and apologize for earlier today. I want things to feel the way that they used to feel between us. But anyway, sorry, I was just calling about my family gathering. And I wanted to see if you could maybe pick up something new to wear. My family can just be so judgmental, and it would mean so much to me if you just made a good impression, especially because they have so much pressure on me right now about my job.
Of course. Anything for you. I promise to make you and your family proud tonight.
I love you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. That's so embarrassing. How does our chairwoman get married to a man with a broken motorbike? Like, it's like something you can find in the dump.
I know, he is such a loser. He's a miracle having divorced yet. I'm sorry.
Wait, it's so funny because you never guess what happened or what he said to her.
No.
Oh, he swore that he would get her a dream lover's necklace.
The dream lover. I'm gonna die of laughter. We've seen what he drives. How in the world would he be able to afford something as rare and luxurious as the dream lover? He's not just broke, he's delusional. What an idiot.
Hi, good afternoon, guys. Seems like there's a lot of things that you don't know, so I'd be extra thoughtful before calling someone else an idiot. That makes sense? Right? Thank you. All right, that's enough.
Lily knew that Kevin wasn't an idiot, just wished that he would remember that. Then maybe they both could give their relationship another go. She hadn't given up on him, yet.
Kevin, you and Lily have been married for more than 2 years now and still no children. Does your family have any genetic history or issues with fertility?
Are you questioning my manhood? And no, both my parents are very healthy. And as far as I know, there's no genetic disease on my side of the family.
Really? You know, it's weird. I don't really know your parents that well. Maybe we should schedule a doctor's appointment for you and your parents to get tested. And that way we can see if there are any bad genes on your side.
There's no need. Are you trying to find reasons to break up my marriage?
Why are you being so defensive? All I'm asking is for your parents to get a checkup. Honestly, Kevin, this is for your own good. And I won't take no for an answer.
Dorothy, can we please do this some other time? I have a college reunion I have to go to.
Kevin, is that you?
Tucker, how you doing, man? It's so good to see you. You haven't aged a day, dude. Is that your nice new car out there?
Let's just say I'm a lucky guy. And you're still as eccentric as ever. Is that your ride over there?
Well, hey, that is the first thing I bought with my own money, so I kind of love it a little bit.
Hey, boys!
Hey, dude.
Guess who's coming to the party?
Who?
Brittany.
Ooh.
Oh, she looks stunning. I'm not surprised, though. She was the most popular girl in high school.
I figured she would have left Chicago by now.
You know, I heard that Brittany's about to become a superstar. Yeah, she's too sweet to ever brag about it, but she's going to sign with Williams Media next week.
No way.
Yeah, Williams Media is the biggest media company in America. Brittany signs with them, she'll be famous like that.
Kevin felt a little excited at the idea of running Williams Media and talking with Brittany, who would be his newest client. Kevin walks up to Brittany. Brittany frowned and looked very unhappy. She raised her hand to cover her nose.
What is that strange smell? It's like literally suffocating.
Hey, Kevin, have you taken a shower? Who dresses like that to a school reunion?
I'm still a weirdo.
Hello?
Hey, Kev, don't forget to get the new suit for nice.
Yeah. Yeah, baby, I could.
Lily got home from work to find an unfamiliar man.
Hi. Sorry, Mom, who's this?
He's been waiting for you.
Oh, okay.
I was told to deliver this to you with caution, to not leave until I personally got this to you safely.
Okay. Who's it from?
From our boss at the Williams family. Good day, miss.
Who's your boss? Okay.
When she opened it, she was instantly stunned. Her mother's eyes widened. She could not help but let out a scream.
Oh my God! This is the dream lover. Wow, whoever your admirer is very generous.
Lily could tell at a glance that this was an authentic dream lover. The one she was holding was definitely genuine. Lily looked at it and felt that it was surreal. Was she dreaming? Who exactly gave it to her? Could it be Bradley Smith? It had to be. He was the only person she knew who had direct ties to the Williams family, and he had promised publicly to find her the real one. She had butterflies.
You must wear the dream lover necklace tonight.
Oh, Mom, no, I can't. It's too much.
She said modestly, but deep down she knew it was out of guilt that Kevin would hate seeing her wearing this extravagant gift from Bradley, especially after everything that happened this morning.
Just try it on.
As her mother placed the necklace around her collarbones, she finally felt what it was like to be seen by a man. She couldn't deny how wonderful it felt to receive appreciation like this. Her hands fell to the pendant, and she thought of how unhappy she'd been this last year, how the love between her and Kevin had been fading.
You look beautiful, Lily. You deserve this. You've worked so hard. I only wish you would allow yourself more happiness in life.
She did deserve this feeling. She had held on to this dream with Kevin for far too long. She was ready to move on. It wasn't about Bradley. She didn't admire him in that way. It was about loving herself. She took a deep breath and knew what she had to do. She had made her decision. Tonight, she would tell Kevin that it was over. She didn't love him anymore. The door creaked open. Through it stepped the most handsome man Lily had ever seen. Kevin's hair perfectly placed, and he wore a custom-fit suit tailored to his body, which looked extremely ripped.
Kevin?
She hadn't remembered how fit he was, since he always wore oversized clothes and sweatpants most days, and he smelled familiar. It was her favorite scent, a cologne she had bought him long ago. Everything she was just feeling slipped away for a moment. Was this real? She was torn. She had just made the decision to leave, but now Kevin walked in, reminding her of what made her fall in love with him in the first place. What was she going to do? Would Kevin get the chance to reveal who he really was and save their love?
Oh, so many people showed up this year. Glenn, hi! It is so nice to see you again.
How you doing?
Look at my mom. Take a look at that. Gorgeous. Erin, hi! Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you.
You look great.
You look beautiful. I love your dress. Hi, hon. How are you? Good? Oh, very nice to see you. Oh my gosh, the cousins came.
Oh, did they?
Never make it.
Yeah. You want to get something to drink over there? Sure.
Kevin, hi.
Jesus.
It's not every day that I get to see you in your regular clothes. Nice suit. I think I saw one on sale at the mall for what? 75, 100 bucks? Great quality.
Is that true? Why didn't you get a decent suit?
I just didn't want to pay for one.
Well, you didn't pay for it? Let the shop owner take one look at you and just see how pathetic you are and just give it to you for free?
Okay, let's sit down. It's not worth it.
Lily, your dress looks cheap. My suit cost 20 grand. It's designer.
Look, man, why don't you just calm down and we can all
Don't touch me. Look at my suit dirty.
It's just a $20,000 suit. It's gonna get neater, okay? And she might dress casual, but she likes fine jewelry. She might dress casual. But she likes fine jewelry.
Now that Kevin had put Jason in his place, he looked around and then looked directly at him. Didn't you see the dream lover on Lily's neck? It's worth 100 of your fancy suits. Everyone's gaze shifted to Lily. To be precise, they were all staring at Lily's neck. Following Kevin's rebuke, the entire audience suddenly fell silent. so quiet that all you could hear was the delicate piano music in the background. The crowd exploded with questions and comments. One relative said, "Or am I seeing things? Is she actually wearing a dream lover?" Another said, "Heavens, that's really a dream lover. There are only 10 of them in the world. It's a woman's dream." All the women present were excited. Even most of the men were shocked. There were a few people there who had never heard of the dream lover necklace, but now they were well aware of it. Everyone looked at her in amazement. For a moment, Lily became the most eye-catching woman in the entire hall. Countless envious gazes fell on her body, which definitely was a boost to her ego. Lily unconsciously shifted her attention to Kevin, who was standing at her side. He seemed somewhat different tonight, she thought. Jason stared at the necklace on Lily's neck and lied. "I think you're just trying to trick everyone. That's no dream lover. Where did your family get enough money to buy such a rare piece of jewelry? I think you're just wearing a fake." Kevin snapped back. "It's none of your business how much money we have. We don't answer to you." Dorothy walked over and called to her son-in-law. "Kevin." After giving Kevin a warning look, Dorothy smiled and stepped in front of Jason. "Jason, Kevin is younger than you, so he doesn't know how to bite his tongue. Why are you arguing with him anyway? And where are your parents? Why didn't I see them come today?" Dorothy wanted to change the topic to give everyone a diplomatic way out, but Jason's heart was burning with anger. How could he let Kevin get to him so easily? "My parents are overseas on company business. They aren't lazy like you. You don't have anything to do all day long, do you? You have your little son-in-law to wait on you hand and foot, and you don't even need to babysit him." Jason's words made Dorothy extremely embarrassed. At that moment, a mature older voice interrupted them. "What in heaven's name is everyone doing here?" "Grandma!" Jason's face lit up. He turned around and saw that someone was supporting the family matriarch, Mrs. Victoria Jones, as she slowly walked over. He practically ran to her. Mrs. Jones, or Grandma Jones as everyone called her, looked at her favorite grandson. Her wrinkled face broke into a kind, warm smile. But when she saw Kevin standing beside Lily, her smile vanished. Kevin knew that Grandma Jones had always disliked him, but he didn't really care. "All right, since everyone is almost here, we can all take a seat," Grandma Jones said as she looked at the crowd of relatives. After she had finished speaking, she took Jason by the hand and walked towards the main table. After everyone took a seat, Grandma Jones said a few pleasant words and encouraged everyone to work hard for the family. Then the banquet began. Kevin looked at the table full of exquisite food. Boy, was he hungry. Once he heard the banquet was starting, he dug in. He really didn't care if he grossed out the other people at the table. Lily and Dorothy stared at him a few times, but Kevin pretended not to see. After all, it was just a meal, and he would eat however he wanted. And his table manners weren't that bad. He just ate a little fast. At the main table, Grandma Jones spoke again. "Before the banquet, I heard from a reliable source that the CEO of Williams Media has changed. I was told that he is a young man about the same age as JJ. She looked lovingly at her grandson Jason. "The new CEO will be officially appointed tomorrow." As soon as her voice faded, everyone there started chattering about this unexpected news. They had so many questions. Why did Williams Media suddenly change their CEO? This was unheard of. But everyone knew that this was a great opportunity. For years, the Jones family had controlled several small media and advertising companies. They all wanted to work with Williams Media. Because Williams Media was so powerful, as long as the Jones family could reach an agreement with them, it was safe to say that the Jones family could rise to a whole new level. But they had already sent countless people to seek a partnership with Williams. Their offers had all been harshly rejected. After all, Williams Media was run by the Williams family, one of the most prestigious families in the city. It was normal for them to look down on the tiny little Jones family. But now that they were changing their CEO and such a young man, there might be a slight possibility to join forces with them. Naturally, the Jones family wouldn't pass up such a golden opportunity. They just had to give it a try. When Kevin, who was busy with his meal, heard the news about Williams Media, he raised his head. There was a hint of amusement in his eyes. Grandma Jones was pretty well informed. Grandma Jones watched everyone's reaction with a great big smile on her face. She slowly opened her mouth and asked them, "Does anyone have an idea of how to pay a visit to the new Williams Media CEO? If anyone can form a partnership between our families, I will reward them well." "I'm willing to go," said one of them. Another shouted out, "Grandma, I want to go." And yet another said excitedly, "Let me go. I'm the best one here at teamwork." Lily wanted desperately to speak up so that she could play a part in all of this. But when she thought of her low-ranking position in the Jones family, she ended up sitting quietly, waiting to see what would happen. One after another, the family members shared their opinions. Grandma Jones nodded her head in satisfaction. Finally, she set her eyes on Jason, who was sitting beside her with an eager look on his face. Patting Jason's hand, she said, "JJ, I will leave this matter up to you. Don't let me down." "Don't worry, Grandma. I'll definitely get them to make a deal." Jason smacked his chest confidently. Kevin put down his fork and picked up a napkin to wipe his mouth. He looked over at Jason, who was now standing in front of Grandma Jones, and he couldn't help laughing to himself. He wanted to make a deal? What gave him such confidence? Jason didn't know that he had already deeply offended the new head of Williams Media. And he still wanted to talk about cooperating with Williams Media, Kevin thought to himself with a slight chuckle. After the gathering was over, Kevin took Lily and Dorothy home. As they drove along, Lily didn't pay any attention to what Kevin was saying. She was preoccupied with what Grandma Jones had just said about forming a partnership with Williams Media. What will I do? Lily wondered. On their way home from the family get-together, Lily thought about her own dreams. If only she could get a chance to talk with Williams Media about forming an alliance. As long as the partnership turned out to be successful, her own company, Siren Corporation, would be saved. If Lily couldn't get any more financial aid, she had to ask Bradley Smith for help. However, she thought he'd just bought the extravagant Dream Lover necklace and given it to her. She didn't know if he still had enough funds on hand to help her company. The more Lily thought about it, the more irritated she became. When Kevin noticed Lily frowning, he could easily guess why she was upset, but he didn't say a word. When Kevin was ready to go to sleep that night, he hopped up on his bed. He lay there and looked at his wife, who was just about to lie down in her own bed, and said thoughtfully, "Lily, don't worry. Jason Jones definitely won't be able to talk with Williams Media tomorrow about making any deal. Aside from you, no one else can succeed." After he'd said this, he didn't care how Lily would react. Kevin yawned, closed his eyes, and went to sleep. Lily was stunned for a moment. She didn't expect Kevin to actually read her mind, but what he said really left her speechless. She wasn't entirely sure he was right, that if she went to talk with Williams Media about the partnership, it would definitely succeed. How could he be so sure that this couldn't be done by anyone other than her? He sure didn't know how to comfort someone. Rolling her eyes, Lily turned off the light. She put the whole thing out of her mind and went to sleep. Early the next morning after Lily left for work, Kevin also headed out. Uncle Thomas gave him a call early in the morning and told him that Miss Sandra Wilson, his new chief of staff, was ready and that everyone was waiting for him to take office. So Kevin slowly rode his brand new electric scooter all the way to Williams Media. Williams Media was located in the fanciest part of downtown Chicago. It was in a majestic 50-story office building that was taller than all the surrounding buildings. The building's parking garage was filled with all kinds of luxury cars, sports cars, and high-end SUVs. Lots of them were electric. Without exception, all of these cars belonged to Williams Media executives and the celebrity superstars that they managed. There was a reason why Williams Media was known as an industry leader in entertainment. They managed their artists very closely and saw them regularly. So the lot was always filled with luxury cars. Looking at all the fancy rides, Kevin thought that it seemed unusual for a CEO like him to ride an electric scooter to work. Just as Kevin was about to park his scooter in a small space at the edge of the lot, a red Ferrari suddenly appeared out of nowhere. What? Kevin screamed as he quickly leapt off his scooter. He must have jumped nearly 6 feet away. He turned around and saw that there was a small dent in the front of the Ferrari, along with a long scratch in the paint. His electric scooter had been hit hard, and the rear wheel was bent out of shape. This was the electric scooter that he had just bought yesterday. Sadly, Kevin walked over to his scooter, which was now lying on the ground. Just as he was about to say something, the door of the Ferrari opened and a slender white leg emerged. "Why don't you watch where you're going?" the driver said. The woman's tone was harsh. When she was completely out of the car, the bystander suddenly gasped. "She's so beautiful. Who is this big star?" they said. The willowy beauty wore a tight blue skirt that showed off her figure. Her high heels made her legs look even more attractive. Kevin looked at this beautiful woman in front of him, and he couldn't hide his excitement. Brittany! He hadn't expected to meet her here today. Could it be that she was here to sign a contract with Williams Media? That was quite a coincidence. Although his electric scooter was wrecked, Kevin wasn't injured. Brittany was a new performer who was about to sign a contract with his company, so naturally he wasn't going to argue with her. Brittany recognized Kevin. She frowned and asked, "Kevin, what are you doing here?" She looked at him and then looked at the electric scooter on the ground. She remembered that 2 nights ago she heard someone mention that the security guard at Williams Media suddenly had a heart attack and was sent to the hospital. So the company hired a young man as a security guard. Could it be Kevin? "Why don't you watch what you're doing? Look at all the damage to my car. I'm sure you can't afford to fix it." Brittany looked at the dents and scratches on the front of the Ferrari and felt her heart sink. This was her brand new car. It had now been trashed the first time she drove it. Hearing this, Kevin immediately furrowed his brow. "It was clearly you who hit me. Why are you blaming me instead?" At the moment, a deep male voice came from nearby. "What happened here?" The onlooker stepped out of the way and Kevin saw a man in a blue suit walking over with 2 security guards. When Victor Martin saw the scene in front of him, he was instantly stunned by Brittany's beauty. He stepped forward and said with a smile, "You're Brittany Davis, aren't you? A few days ago I heard that you'd be coming in to sign your contract. I didn't expect you to be here yet." Brittany gave him a faint smile. Now she looked gentle and polite, completely different from a minute ago when she was chastising Kevin. "I'm sorry," she said. "This happened as I was coming in. What can you do about it?" On hearing this, Mr. Martin instantly felt more self-assured and cocky. He had to help Brittany right away. He said, "Don't worry. This is just a small matter." Looking at Kevin, the man said with a serious face, "Do you know where you are? Who said you could ride an electric bike here?" Kevin looked around and said, "Who says I can't ride an electric bike in here? Besides, she's the one who hit me. Can't you figure that out?" "If I say you can't ride here, then you can't ride here. Why would someone in a Ferrari hit someone on a scooter?" While the man spoke, he pointed at Kevin with a disdainful expression. Kevin looked at the man, and his good mood was ruined. Brittany's mouth trembled as she complained, "Mr. Martin, is he the new guard you just hired? I'm afraid he'll annoy a lot of people." When Victor Martin heard Brittany's words, he suddenly remembered that the old guard had suddenly left yesterday. He was told that the new guard would come to work today. He looked at Kevin, who was wearing a baggy t-shirt and shorts, and then looked at the electric scooter lying on the ground. He was sure that Kevin was the new security guard. "I definitely won't allow someone like this to continue working here. Don't worry, ma'am. I'll fire him right now." After he finished speaking, he pointed at Kevin and said, "You're fired. Please pack up your things and leave." Kevin still had a scowl on his face. He read the nameplate on the man's chest. His title was Victor Martin, Production Assistant. What was the company structure like at Williams Media anyway? A production assistant could fire another employee at will? He replied, "You want to fire me, Assistant Victor Martin, right? I would like to ask you a simple question. Who gave you the right to fire someone all by yourself?" Kevin looked at the man with a smile, not caring what the people around him thought. Kevin's question made Mr. Martin's face harden. He didn't really have the right to fire anyone he wanted. After all, he was just a production assistant. He glared at Kevin angrily. He was about to curse at him when he was interrupted by Brittany. "You said Mr. Martin isn't qualified to fire you, right? Then the department manager should be qualified. You just wait." Brittany looked at Kevin with disgust. After she finished speaking, she took out her phone, wrote 2 text messages, and sent them out. In less than 5 minutes, a woman wearing a gray professional suit walked up to them with a cold, bitter expression on her face. Kevin waited patiently by his wrecked scooter to see what would happen. Brittany was still angry about her dented Ferrari and had texted her contacts at Williams Media for help. The mature, stunning woman who came to her rescue looked to be about 40 years old. Her professional attire gave her an air of experience and charm. She was Claire Davis, the manager of Williams Media's publicity department. She was also Brittany's aunt. It was thanks to her that Brittany had gotten the chance to sign a contract with Williams Media. "Auntie!" Brittany called out like a spoiled child. She then walked to her aunt's side and held her arm as she whispered a few words into her ear. When Victor Martin, the other Williams Media employees, and the 2 security guards saw Claire, they immediately greeted her with smiling faces. "Miss Davis, good morning." Claire Davis politely returned their greetings with a casual, "Good morning." Then she turned her attention to Kevin and said sternly, "Did you hit her car? Apologize to her right now, or we will call the police and ask them to handle this matter." Hearing her threat, Kevin let out a laugh. "I don't know you. Why should I listen to you? If you want to call the police, go ahead. Anyway, I didn't crash into her. She crashed into me. So what am I afraid of?" One of the bystanders said, "He doesn't even know the publicity manager. He really should be fired." "Just wait. Miss Davis will definitely fire him," another Williams Media employee added. Seeing Kevin's nonchalant look, Claire's expression became even colder. She raised her hand, pointed right at Kevin, and said, "You're the new security guard, aren't you? I'll tell you right now, you've been fired. Get out of here or I'll call the police and they'll take you down to the police station." "Ha! Send me to the police station?" Kevin raised his eyebrows and pointed at himself. Brittany sneered. "Don't you understand English? Just my luck to see you today. I'll bet you can't even afford to fix my car. I won't argue with you anymore. Just hurry up and get out of here." Kevin smirked and didn't say anything. Just when Claire was about to scold him some more, they were all startled by the sound of a car horn. A brand new Lamborghini pulled up and stopped in front of everyone. They saw a beautiful young woman in a wine-red professional ensemble. She adjusted her gold-rimmed glasses and stepped out of the car. She went straight to Kevin, shook his hand, and greeted him with a warm smile. "Sorry, sir. I went to get the company's new quarterly reports for you, but I lost track of the time. I hope you can forgive me." At a glance, Kevin already knew that this was Miss Wilson, the chief of staff that his uncle had told him about. Miss Wilson straightened her back and looked at the young man in front of her nervously. She explained again, "I'm sorry, sir, but I didn't expect the expressway to be so backed up. This isn't how I wanted to greet our new CEO. It won't happen again." Everyone was stunned. What was going on? CEO? Claire definitely knew who Miss Wilson was. When she saw her showing so much respect towards Kevin, she was enraged. Claire grabbed Miss Wilson's arm and said angrily, "Miss Wilson, you're making a huge mistake. This is the new company security guard. What's wrong with you?" Miss Wilson frowned and pulled her arm away. She took her phone and a stack of documents out of her bag. "I assure you that I'm not mistaken. These are the documents that our Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Thomas Williams, personally gave me regarding our new CEO. This photo looks quite a lot like this gentleman, doesn't it?" Brittany, who was standing to the side, rushed over and looked at the photo on Miss Wilson's phone. It sure looked a lot like Kevin, but the man in the photo had a much more professional appearance. He also looked a lot younger and more handsome. "Miss Wilson, you must be wrong. This is Kevin Williams, my former classmate. Look at his sloppy appearance. How could he possibly be the CEO of Williams Media? Maybe he just looks a lot like him." Brittany pointed at Kevin's clothes with a look of utter disdain. They were all confused. How could the new CEO show up to the office wearing a t-shirt and baggy shorts, riding a tiny, broken electric scooter? Miss Wilson pushed up her glasses and her expression remained very calm. That sounds right. The information our CEO gave me says that the new president's name is Kevin. And this photo was actually taken 3 years ago, so of course he looks a little older now. Miss Wilson flipped open the documents and Brittany and Claire immediately went over to look at them. When they saw the name Kevin written conspicuously on the front page, it was like they'd been struck by lightning. Claire Davis pretended to be calm and quickly flipped through the pages. As she read, her face got paler and paler. When she'd finished scanning them, she came to the realization that the young man in scruffy clothes standing in front of her was, in fact, their new CEO. Claire looked up at Kevin in disbelief, but when she saw the scorn in Kevin's eyes, she looked back down at her feet. What had she just done? She was an executive, the company's publicity manager. But in front of all these people, she had been shouting that she wanted to fire the new CEO and that she wanted to have him arrested. For a moment, Claire struggled to speak. She gritted her teeth, carefully stepped forward, and forced a smile. She said, Sir, I'm really sorry. We've made a huge mistake. Nothing like this will ever happen again in the future. There will be a future? Kevin looked at her out of the corner of his eye. Claire's face froze and she stuttered. Please don't do this. I know what I did was wrong. Sir, will you please give me another chance? Ignoring the puzzled looks from everyone around her, what Claire cared about the most right now was to protect her job and her position. Brittany, who was standing off to the side, also hurried to stand near Kevin. Her expression no longer looked so arrogant. Mr. Williams, it's all my fault. Don't be angry. Please accept my apologies. Kevin looked at her with an enigmatic smile. He didn't say a word. Brittany's voice became softer and softer as he looked at her. Finally, she couldn't bear to look him in the eyes. Kevin glanced at the time on his watch. He had no intention of continuing to waste time at the door. After thinking for a while, he looked at Miss Wilson and pointed toward Victor Martin, who was trying desperately not to be noticed. This man tried to fire me to protect the image of Williams Media. After saying this, he motioned towards Miss Wilson, and they both turned and headed towards the grand entrance to the Williams Media head office. Claire, Brittany, and the others quickly followed. Only Victor Martin, who had tears streaming down his face, was left behind. He looked sadly at the group as they walked away from him. As soon as he entered the elegant entry hall of Williams Media, Kevin let out a deep sigh. Williams Media was truly worthy of being the #1 entertainment company in Chicago. The company's ambiance, its lavish details and luxurious decor, everything about it just oozed success. Ever since he was expelled by the Williams family, Kevin had not set foot in such an opulent place in a long time. It could best be described as exquisite, from its world-class design to its perfectly chosen color scheme. And this wasn't limited to the entry hall. The overall style of Williams Media's headquarters was truly stunning. The news of the new CEO taking office today had already spread throughout the entire company. Everyone who saw Kevin smiled and greeted him, wanting to make a good first impression on the new CEO. Of course, many people were surprised when they first saw Kevin, but none of them showed it. His simple, unpretentious appearance seemed to contrast with his new surroundings. He took the elevator to the 18th floor, where his office was located. After entering the office, Kevin sat on the big leather chair and looked at Claire and Brittany, who had entered the room with him. Do you have anything else to talk to me about? He flipped open some of the folders on his enormous desk and asked casually as he looked at the contents of the folders. Brittany and Claire looked at each other and Claire gave her niece a slight smile to comfort her. She took 2 steps forward and said, Sir, about what happened today, I'm really very sorry. Now, about the matter of Brittany signing her contract. Claire paused before finishing her sentence. Kevin didn't even raise his head as he chuckled to himself. Sign the contract? He asked. Brittany smiled awkwardly as she replied.
Mr. Williams, did you forget that I came here today to sign my contract? She bit her lower lip and looked at Kevin uncertainly. Kevin put down the folder that he'd been reviewing and leaned back in his very comfortable leather chair. This chair is really nice, he thought to himself. He smiled at the two of them but didn't answer them right away. Seeing Kevin's reaction, Claire wasn't sure what to think. Sir, how about this? I can accept any punishment you give me, but please don't cancel Brittany's contract, okay? Kevin laughed out loud. It's funny, but someone who didn't know me well might think I'm a bully. Claire instantly blushed. Just as Claire was about to say something else, there was a knock on the CEO's office door. Miss Wilson walked over to the door and whispered a few words to someone outside. Then she closed the door and came to Kevin's side. Sir, Jason Jones, the Jones family representative, is here. He said he wants to discuss the company's financial future with you. As soon as Miss Wilson finished speaking, Kevin got a stern look on his face. He was very unhappy to hear Jason Jones's name. Get that fool out of my office immediately. And please inform the Jones family that if they want to cooperate with us, they shouldn't let that bonehead show his face around here. They can try again with a new representative. As long as I approve of the new rep, I'll have no problem negotiating with them. Meanwhile, Jason was waiting outside Kevin's office, fantasizing about the new sports car Grandma Jones would surely give him for setting up this deal. But he was shocked when Miss Wilson passed along the CEO's message. As he watched Miss Wilson turn around to leave, Jason was stunned for a moment before he realized what had just happened. That. As soon as he swore, everyone in the hall turned to look at him. Jason realized that he was still in Williams Media territory. He immediately stopped talking and left the building while holding back the anger that was welling up inside him. At the Jones family mansion, Grandma Jones reacted by calling everyone over for an emergency family meeting. Seeing that all the members of the family had arrived, Grandma Jones let out a sigh and said, JJ went to discuss the deal with Williams Media, but he didn't succeed. I think some of you already know about it. Jason added, Grandma, Williams Media obviously thinks they're better than us. They actually called me a fool. On top of that, they told me to get out and never show my face again. Jason's face was turning red from anger. Grandma Jones, who was sitting next to him, was obviously distressed. When the rest of the family heard this, they immediately started discussing amongst themselves. They were smart people, so they understood right away what had happened. Williams Media was the biggest entertainment company in Chicago, and they had told Jason to scram. Jason didn't dare to fight them head on. All he could do was run home and throw a tantrum. Even Grandma Jones didn't dare to ask Williams Media to explain themselves. She said to her grandson, I'm sorry you have to suffer for this, JJ. Grandma Jones's heart ached the most for Jason. Seeing how upset he was, she patted his arm and comforted him. The new CEO of Williams Media is a young man in his early 20s. That's a very young age for someone to take the helm of such a powerful corporation. Naturally, he has his pride, and it's normal that he doesn't like small families like ours. Grandma Jones paused for a moment and looked around the room. But the CEO of Williams Media also said that as long as the candidate is satisfactory, he won't have any problem working with them. So I want to ask everyone, who do you think is most suitable to represent us in these negotiations? The people in the room stopped talking and looked at each other. It was unusually quiet. Williams Media had already told Jason Jones to get lost. After that, who would have the nerve to go back in there? Grandma Jones was disappointed when nobody stepped up to volunteer. What? No one is willing to go? She asked them. While everyone else remained silent, Jason suddenly had what he thought was a particularly nasty idea. He stood up and said loudly, Grandma, I think Lily is the ideal choice to talk with Williams Media about our offer. Jason's words suddenly made Lily the center of attention. She threw an angry look at Jason, who was standing beside Grandma, smiling maliciously. While she knew that Jason always liked to cause trouble, she didn't expect him to be so shameless as to involve her in this mess. Lily tried to speak, but only managed to stammer, But Grandma, Lily was angry. but at the same time she was trying to figure out how to get out of this horrible predicament. She was about to finish her thought when Jason interrupted her again. "Lily, Grandma just wants to give you a chance to help the family. Don't you care about our family?" Seeing the distraught look on Lily's face, Jason smiled. He continued, "I know that your Siren Corporation just lost millions. You still seem to be short 4 or 5 million in capital, right? I'm doing this for your own good. If you're willing to help all of us, the Jones family, and if the deal is successful, Grandma won't let your company go bankrupt." What choice did Lily have? Lily was still in shock after being nominated by Jason to represent the Jones family in their negotiations with Williams Media. She was at a loss for words. After Jason finished speaking, he walked over and stood in front of Grandma Jones. "I think Lily is really suitable. What do you think, Grandma?" In Grandma Jones's heart, Jason was the one that she liked the most, so she naturally took his suggestion more seriously than the others. She reflected for a while and nodded in agreement. Then she looked at Lily and smiled. "Lily, you will go to Williams Media tomorrow. Do your best, and above all, don't let me down." "Grandma, Lily was struggling to come up with a way to get out of this, but she saw Grandma Jones wave her hand dismissively and say, "Okay, today's meeting is adjourned. Do whatever you need to handle this. Don't accept no for an answer. Your family needs you." No one cared about Lily's feelings or what she wanted to say. Once the meeting was over, everyone filed out. Lily bit her lip as she watched Jason leave the room with a big smile on his face. She angrily stomped her feet and walked out of the Jones mansion, wondering what she would do next. Lily was confused. When she returned home, the more she thought about it, the more uncomfortable she felt. In the eyes of everyone in the Jones family, this was an impossible task. But now this hopeless task fell on her. She had no idea how she would approach the new CEO of Williams Media to talk about working together with her family. The more Lily thought about it, the more irritated she became. Finally, Lily decided to call Rachel and ask her to come over to keep her company. She also wanted to know if her friend had any good suggestions. After Rachel came over and the two of them chatted for a while, Lily felt a little less freaked out. Rachel got up and walked to the fridge. She took a can of soda and asked Lily as she drank, "Why isn't Kevin at home today?" Lily smiled helplessly. "When I left early this morning, he was already gone. I don't know where he went, but he still hasn't come back." Rachel curled her lips in disgust as she sat on the sofa. She leaned closer to Lily and said, "I really admire you. You haven't thought of getting a divorce after these 2 awful years?" Lily only sighed and didn't say anything, but Rachel pressed it further. "You should also think about yourself. Kevin is holding you back. Your parents want you to have a child, but you still haven't been able to get pregnant after 2 whole years. Plus, your company still owes you so much money. If you find a rich and powerful husband, your life won't be so hard. It's pointless for you to say all this now. We're already married. What are you getting at?" "Those who get married can get a divorce," Rachel said indifferently. Lily shook her head and smiled. She didn't say anything else about it. After a few minutes, they heard someone at the door. The 2 women looked up at the same time and saw Kevin whistling as he walked in. With a contemptuous, mocking smile on her face, Rachel watched Kevin walk closer to them. As usual, Kevin was wearing a t-shirt and shorts. He looked like such a loser. Kevin naturally saw Rachel's disdain for him, but he didn't care. He strode up to Lily and sat on the sofa with a smile. He looked at her and said, "Lily, your company still needs $4 million, right?" Lily didn't even bother to look at him. She picked up an emery board and started to do her nails. "Why are you asking this?" "How dare you try to rub it in? Why do you always say things that make Lily unhappy? Are you afraid that her life will be too easy?" Rachel sat up straight and stared at Kevin. Lily sighed and gave Rachel a penetrating look that told her not to criticize Kevin anymore. After all, during the Joneses family quarterly meeting, when Jason embarrassed her in front of so many people, it was Kevin who helped Lily. Now she naturally didn't want Rachel to keep picking on him like this. Kevin turned his head and looked at Rachel. He smiled mysteriously and said, "I hope you haven't forgotten what I said 2 days ago. If I can find $4 million to help Lily get through this crisis, you should call me boss." When she heard him bring this up, Rachel instantly laughed. I sure did say that. And if you can't find her $4 million, how about you call me boss? I've never seen someone as helpless as you who still likes to put on airs. Kevin sneered. He took out a bank card from his pocket and handed it to Lily. Lily, I originally wanted to bring you cash, but it was too much to carry around. This card has $4 million on it. Take it. Lily took the card in a daze and didn't know how to react. Rachel laughed again. She felt that Kevin was acting like a fool again. I can't believe you're still carrying on with this lie. I'm dying of laughter. Who's the boss? Kevin asked quickly. It's not you. After saying this, Rachel realized that she had been tricked. Her face immediately turned red and she glared at Kevin. Kevin chuckled and looked at Lily, who obviously didn't believe him and was about to toss the card in the trash. Lily, do you still have that card reader you use at work? Why don't you log in and check the balance of the account? I wouldn't lie to you. Lily held the card in her hand and looked into Kevin's eyes. She had her doubts. But she also wanted to believe him, even though he didn't have a job. After all, he still relied on her to support him. Now he hands her a card and says that there are $4 million on it. Anyone would find his words hard to believe.
But Kevin had swallowed his pride one too many times now. He finally had enough of his clueless wife thinking him as a less of a man. Time to show who wore the pants in the house.
To find out what happens next, download the Pocket FM app and listen to the audio series, Insta Empire, for free.